Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I must welcome you to my man cave, i.e. extra bedroom, i.e. studio. Why? Because I love you. I love you. But by the time I get done with this video, there's going to be a whole bunch of you Jose's out there that are probably going to hate me, which don't make any difference to me. Okay, what this video is, it's a non-clickbait video about vaping. You might even want to call it the dangers of vaping, or getting away from vaping for better health. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about one of these vaporizers here. They use Z-juice, that people have substituted for smoking. And while I'm thinking about this, before I start into the meat of this video, that's one thing I can honestly say about vaping. It'll get you off of cigarettes, but I do not believe that continual use of a vapor is healthy. This crap. How many people have got sick and tired of seeing people blowing vape exhaust in the camera, okay? But let me get a few of my props out here. To show you my setup here, I've been vaping for 2.5 years. I quit smoking the 9th of August of 2015, and today's date is March 9th of 2018. So come this coming August, the August coming up, August 9th, I've been quit smoking cigarettes for 3 years, and I did it with the help of vaping. But that's the only thing that I think that vaping is good for. But let me show you my setup. I've never been a cloud chaser either. I don't believe in it. I use, quite simply, these coils right here. Freemax ceramic coils. I don't know if you can see any of this stuff. Hopefully you can. I'm on the wrong side of my camera. Okay, there's the coils I use. I use a Freemax tank on my vaporizer here. The coils I use are 0.25 amp coils or watt coils or whatever they call them. I generally run my vaporizer at 35 to 40 watts because, like I say, I'm not a cloud chaser. But you may be able to see them numbers, you may not be able to. But this particular vaporizer mod box that I've got here is made by Geek Vape. It's called an AEGIS, an Aegis. And I like this particular one right here simply because it's waterproof, shockproof, dummy-proof, dust-proof, and all that kind of stuff. And it's also got a puff counter. I don't know if you can see that puff counter right there. But since I've been awake this morning, I hate to admit this, it's about noon, but I've done 184 puffs, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's what I'm talking about. I just know you're not going to be able to see that very well. And this Aegis, this particular mod right here is fired by these batteries. These are 26650 batteries. Okay, they're great big old batteries. They're a lot different than those 18650s. But these are made by PowerKeep. Okay, that's my setup. And basically speaking, I've always tried to use good e-juice. I like this cutwood right here because it's real expensive, this particular e-juice or this name brand, but that's what I preferred over in the short time I've been vaping. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, vaping did help me get off of cigarettes, but I believe personally that long-term use of a vaporizer is not healthy. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. Okay. Now, right off the get-go, let me get my little teleprompter here. Meaning an index card. That's a little joke, but it's not a joke. I use these index cards to keep me on track for anybody that follows my videos. Why? Because I got short-term memory loss. Why? Because I've got brain damage from the Vietnam War. Okay. Boy, something made a noise here. That's Windows lying at me, Okay. Earlier this year, right after Christmas time, I was hospitalized for 3 days. they thought I had pneumonia or something along those lines like that, upper respiratory infection, real bad cold or whatever have you. I know after everything was done and said, I was only in the hospital for 3 days, but I had consumption, basically, overdosing, if you will, from vaping. Because the problem is with me, is it's so easy. Vaping is a lot easier on you than huffing on cigarettes, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this stuff. Okay? Flat right out. It'll help you quit smoking and all that. But the problem was I was keeping my bedroom too cold. I was actually keeping a window open a little bit. And I was vaping a little bit too much, and it made me sick, bottom line, okay? Now, let me show you something here. I don't know if you folks know what an oximeter is, but you can get these on Amazon. You can get these at a drugstore. You can get these all over the place. What these oximeters do, they cost anywhere from $15 clear up to $50, $50, $60. Take your pick. But basically, they render you 2 pieces of data. How much saturated oxygen you have in your blood and your pulse, okay? I'll show you. And I started using one of these straight away. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, straight away when I got out of the hospital. But let me show you. Let me turn this guy on. The figure over on would be on your left is the saturated oxygen in my blood, and on the right there is my pulse. Let me see if this is reading. It ain't come up yet. But if you don't know what one of these are, if you're concerned about your blood oxygen level, buy one. An oximeter, OXIMETER. Okay, oxygen levels at 96. My pulse is at 77. And that's good, because if your oxygen level gets below 90, that's my point, you got some lung issues. Now, when I went into the hospital, my oxygen level, my saturated O2 level in my blood was clear down to 85. Okay? Plain and doggone simple. I sure hope you can see this oximeter, because this is a small investment that you don't even have to go to a doctor or a hospital or nothing, but just buy one of these. Use it, okay? Oh, okay. Let me pull that out of there. Okay. So I had me a little stint earlier in the year right after Christmas in the hospital, and I do believe that I got stuck in the hospital for vaping too much. But that's just me. The doctors didn't come right out and say it or anything like that, okay? Now, here's my talking points on my little teleprompter here. It is a well-known fact, ladies and gentlemen, on this e-juice right here, like if a small child drinks, I'm talking about drinks, not vapes, drinks 2 to 3 to 4 milliliters of this stuff, it can kill them. So if this stuff can kill young kids, what do you think it's doing to an adult that's sitting there vaping this stuff, heating this stuff up with a coil in an atomizer in a tank and going into your lungs? It surely can't be all that healthy. Okay. Since the first of the year, now this is important, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, this is not a quick clickbait video. This is coming straight from my heart. It's what I honestly believe in. But since the first of the year, since Christmas time, first of the year, whatever have you, I have consulted with 2 respiratory therapists. You got that? 2 respiratory therapists and 3 doctors right here in Livingston, Montana. Well, my VA doctor, my main doctor, is over in Bozeman, Montana, and none of them agree with vaping. All of them see troubles down the road, even though there's no scientific evidence that this is what's in the e-juice, polyethylene glycol, vegetable glycerine, nicotine, if you have nicotine in your e-juice, and what's the 4th thing? Oh, and food flavorings. Okay, now medical research has really they're really watching all this stuff, by the way, but there's not very many videos out on YouTube about the evils or the long-term effects or whatever have you about vaping. There's a lot of clickbait videos, pro videos, and all that other stuff. But it's like my doctor told me over in the VA clinic over in Bozeman. He said, Jim, as far as I'm concerned, I've researched into it. I can't see where vaping gives you cancer or nothing like that. But he figures you're just taking your chances vaping. It's like playing poker or gambling or something. You know, just because they haven't got enough medical research to make any outstanding statements in the last, say, 7, 8, 9 years or whatever have you, that doesn't mean 20, 25 years down the road that you aren't going to run into problems with vaping. Because I know I've ran into problems, and I'm still vaping, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to quit. And once I figure out a way to quit, because I'm addicted to this shit, I'm going to put out a video on it, okay? All right. Remember what I just said, 2 respiratory therapists and 3 doctors have told me that they just do not trust vaping, okay? Now here's a big one right here, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 on my list. Big Tobacco is trying to buy up all these, a lot of these vendors, a lot of these companies that make e-juice, mods, coils, and all that stuff. Okay, look at what Big Tobacco did to cigarettes. Look at how they made them really, really super addictive. What in the hell do you think they're going to do in the future with this miserable e-juice and all the stuff that goes along with this stuff? They're probably going to make this stuff really addictive. Because in my case, I immediately quit smoking. I was one of these guys that was able to put cigarettes down. I immediately went to vaping, and I got into vaping by the advice of a brother of mine that I really don't get along with all that well, but I think he had my best interest in mind and everything, and he was the one that spent about a month conning me into picking up this miserable habit, which I wish the hell I wouldn't have. I wish I wouldn't have listened to him. You know, but I'm not going to say anymore because whatever here. All right, but Big Tobacco and Big Pharma, they're going to get involved somehow or the other with this vaping stuff. And then when that happens, this stuff is really going to go to shit, you know. Okay, number 5 on my talking points. If you've got COPD, if you've got asthma, if you've got hay fever or sinus problems or any of that, guess what? This vaping bullshit, it doesn't correct any of that. It makes it worse. That's what these doctors and respiratory therapists were telling me. It makes it worse, ladies and gentlemen, not better, no matter what you think. Okay, now what you want to do here, for you guys that are vaping and some of you that don't believe any of this shit that I'm saying, well, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me if you believe what I'm saying, you don't believe what I'm saying, because I'm on my way out. That's why I bought this Aegis. I bought several vaporizers in my day, bought box mods and everything like that. I got shiny-itis just like everybody else, but this guy right here's got a puff counter, and that's why I know where I'm at. And you know, the amount of puffs that I'm taking in per day, I'm too embarrassed to admit to you, but at least I'm keeping track of what the hell I'm doing, trying to figure out a way out, okay? But what I got to say is this. If you want to prove this is a simple thing where I don't have to throw a lot of scientific data at you and talk about diet, you know, carcinogens and diketones and all this other crap like that. Just take a simple piece of glass. Pretend like this is glass, a mirror. Okay, and watch. You see what I did there? I vape exhaust onto this card right here where I keep my notes, and but pretend like this is a piece of glass or a mirror and do what I just did. Like that 4 or 5 times, 10 times. You know, blow, you know, okay. My point being is after you do that for a while, just take your finger and rub it down the glass like this, and you're gonna see this small, you're gonna feel and see this small film of oil. And that oil is what gets into your lungs. And nobody's going to tell me that that doesn't have a way of clogging your lungs up. In other words, watch. Okay, you see that disgusting move I just made right there? Okay, I blew that right into the lens of that iPhone 6S Plus. I guarantee you just those two little hits I blew into that, the lens that's looking at me, there's a little tiny bit of vape exhaust or oil that's on that glass. That's all you have to do is take a mirror or a piece of glass and blow into it 5-10 times. And, because in my house here, my wife has complained to me. I'm married to a beautiful woman. She doesn't bitch at me or anything like that. She's commented. I don't even want to use the word complaint. She's commented on the fact that the inside of our windows the inside of my home here in Livingston, Montana, is always got a small film on it that she said was never there until I started vaping. That's another perfect piece of evidence, if you will, okay? And also, I don't know about you folks, and I don't know how many vaping videos you watch or anything like that, but I have seen this on broadcasting shows, I've seen this on pro vaping shows, and all that stuff. I don't know about you people, but I've gotten sick and tired of watching people, especially these idiotic cloud chasers, doing this. Blowing smoke in the camera. I don't know about you. I've gotten sick and tired of looking at that. So, as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you, that I went down through all my talking points there real quick, but there has been enough evidence and enough things that have happened to me where I really don't think that long-term vaping is all that healthy for you. I really don't. What my advice is to use vaping to get off of cigarettes, but just as soon as like a month, 2 months, 6 months has go by, get off the vaping. Because it's real easy to quit smoking if you know what you're doing when it comes to this stuff called vaping. You quit smoking cigarettes, okay? And that's about all I've got to really say here. Hope this video turned out all right. And this isn't a clickbait video. I talked directly from the heart. I had to make this video to try to help somebody out. If you're suspicious, if your lungs are feeling a little weird, or you're feeling a little sick, or your stomach's upset, and you feel like you've been vaping too much and everything, chances are you got what I call vapors consumption. Chances are you've been affected negatively, and you're just taking your chances with vaping. I'm going to jump out of this game before it gets totally contaminated by big pharma, big tobacco, and what I just got done talking about. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on down the trail. Thanks for watching the video.